7 days ago, the Australian Grand Prix provided us with a very interesting runaround. Now we're here in Malaysia. Welcome to round 20 of the World Championship, where suddenly Pecco Bagnaia remembered how to race. It's a mixed up day here. If you're just joining us for the first time, all is different for MotoGP. We've just finished the Moto3 race, and this is how they looked over there, with Taio Fonosato claiming his first ever victory in Moto3 category from Angel Chaos and Adrian Fernandez on the podium. But we are getting set. The thing about this circuit is that with MotoGP, you never know exactly what's going to happen. This place is awesome. It provides you with difference of opinions and difference of attacks. But one thing is certain, you get it right in Malaysia, you've got a great chance to be a winner.
Sepang, Malaysia, an unforgiving cauldron of sweltering humidity. Forget tyres, race management and game plans. The real question is, who can stand the heat?
It could be a day of reckoning in the scorching sunshine of Sepang.
Preparation is key and the whole brigade needs to be on the same page.
Track temperatures nearing 60 degrees Celsius, 20 laps out there.
It's going to be torturous.
Who can allow their emotions to simmer without boiling over?
Oh! Pecco Bagnaia has crashed out of the sprint race here in Malaysia. That could be the title right there.
You need to slice your way through the field. Only the sharpest will survive.
Oh! Look at the mark from the front tyre.
He's not going to save that, surely.
He has saved it. That Marc Marquez has saved the impossible again.
Things can get spicy around here.
Rossi ran him out! Rossi ran him out! It almost looked like he looked up and nudged Marquez off the track. This is controversy.
Through all the smoke, flames and fire, it's the clear heads who will control this service.
Martin against Bagnaia. Brilliant scenes here in Sepang. Pecco Bagnaia, he is dug deep in this race. A fierce, hard-fought win from the champ to keep his title dreams alive.
All the ingredients needed for our Michelin stars to serve up a treat. I ask you again, who can stand the heat? Well, we are about to find out. This is the Sepang International Circuit, where today's story will play out. A track used for testing because it has a little bit of everything. The track temperature is high, the humidity is high, and the stakes are matching. Fans obsessed with motorcycle racing. Here we are without Marc Marquez this weekend. He is recovering from shoulder surgery, but Pecco enjoying all the attention he is getting as he looks good on his Ducati. We're also delayed here due to an accident on the sighting lap of Moto3. We await news on Jose Antonio Rueda, the Moto3 World Champion, and Noah Detweiler. As soon as we get that, we will let you know. So Moto2 will happen after this race in a change of schedule. So welcome to the paddock here at the Sepang International Circuit in Malaysia. It is, of course, race day, and as I mentioned there, Pecco looking very planted on his bike this weekend, having had such a yo-yo season. And how did he do in the sprint yesterday? Could he convert his pole position? Let's find out, your commentators, Neil Hodgson and Gavin Emmett.
Welcome to Sepang for the sprint at the Malaysian Grand Prix. The steamy air here hangs thick. The tarmac is boiling hot, and after back-to-back disappointments, Pecco Bagnaia hit back in style to take pole position. 10 laps of sprint action in Sepang. Lights go out, we're underway. Not the greatest of offs from Bagnaia, but it gets going, that Ducati, doesn't it? Of course, we're already in front of Morbidelli. Morbidelli dropping back, and he's back into the middle of the pack there.
There we go. Mir again. Mir's looked fantastic on the brakes all weekend.
Yeah, that's the hook up, isn't it? That's brave from Mir. As is Quartararo and Morbidelli. They're going at it here in the battle for fourth place.
Meanwhile, at the front...
Yeah, Pedro Acosta has got through on Alex Marquez for second place. The KTM just doesn't hook up in the same way as the Ducati does, however, and this could be handing victory to Pecco Bagnaia.
Here we go. Lunge.
Goodness me. Oh, and down goes Mir, pushing too hard. You can see it coming. Bezzecchi attacks Zarco now. Polisbar goes up to 7th. Up into turn 11. Training partners.
Yeah. Marini should have the inside line. He was kind to him there. He could have been super aggressive. Is he going to be creative down to turn? I think he is. Actually, he doesn't even need to be creative. Job done on acceleration.
Pedro, I'm here. Just letting you know that. Oh, look, Marini's crashed out of 9. First crash. Oh, it's a collision.
The first crash. Oh, he's human.
Pecco Bagnaia back in business here at Sepang. Rookie of the yay for Farine Aldeguer. Alex Marquez clinches second, and in doing so now,
yeah, he's runner-up.
For just the second time this year, from pole position, Pecco has won in Sepang.
Well, so much to unpick there. We'll talk about the enigma that is Pecco Bagnaia in a moment, but let's get stuck into Gresini first and foremost. Two big headlines there, and Alex Marquez taking second in the World Championship, making it a Marquez 1-2. Incredible story there. And Fermin Aldeguer taking Rookie of the Year. Both sides of the garaging, celebrating at the same time. You don't see that very often.
That is really rare, actually. It's usually one or the other, isn't it? But, I mean, it just underlines what we know anyway, and what this whole paddock knows, that is one of the best teams in the paddock. Obviously, founded by Fausto Gresini, who unfortunately we lost through COVID, during COVID, and had built the foundations to an incredible team. Obviously, his wife, Nadia Padovani, has taken over.
And the essence is still within,
still there. It's a family team. They know how to look after their riders. They know how to nurture riders. If things are going good, they know how to deal with that. It's when things are going bad, they know how to look after their riders, and they've got an ability to get the most out of whoever rides for them.
And they really have done that. Alex Marquez, when he came second in Thailand, I think everybody thought, oh, you know, Marquez 1-2, how novel. And it carried on, and it carried on. And here he is, getting second.
Yeah, it's truly deserved. He was the standout. The biggest step over the winter came from Alex Marquez. The consistency that he showed, as you mentioned, from Thailand, he led the race, and Mark toyed with him a little bit there. But from then on, he had head-to-heads with Mark, and he beat him in a proper scrap at Catalunya. He was better than his brother on that day. He's been standout, exceptional, and he will get a factory bike next year in that Gresini garage. So you've got to say, full credit to the team. What they have created, it is arguably the second Ducati team. We lost Pramac, or they lost Pramac. They stepped into that void, and obviously the VR46 gets support, but it seems like Gresini have took that opportunity and really stepped it up.
Yeah, Ducati's loss was Yamaha's gain in getting Pramac, of course, wasn't it? In terms of just what happened after the sprint, he was penalised, Fermin Aldeguer, for a tyre pressure, so he lost 8 seconds there. But that aside, he still managed to get Rookie of the Year, but he's almost, in his head, he's moved on from it already.
Yeah, I think that shows you where he's at mentally. I mean, he's already won a Grand Prix this year, and I guess he's already overachieved what he expected. So then it's almost like Rookie of the Year means nothing to him, but he will look back certainly at the end of the season and think, no, that was an achievement in itself. And I mean, he's clearly an outstanding talent.
Right, if we can do a quick word about Pecco. I'm not quite sure if we can condense this, but let's try. The up-and-down season of Pecco Bagnaia, blitzing everybody in Japan, then having 2 races with no points, looking absolutely awful on the bike, coming here, looking great again, looking planted, very happy with what's underneath him with that bike, and he can work miracles.
Yeah, and he looks the favourite going into the race today. We just can't quite get a full reading on it. Obviously, Pecco understands it better than most of us, even better than I think Davide Tardozzi and Gigi Dall'Igna. He's been trying to say to them for a while, I'm not as adaptable as I need to be. You need to give me the tools. They did so, and Motegi delivered. Didn't feel right with the heat-treated tyre in Indonesia. Struggled in the bumps in Australia, and then arrived here and back on song. Wasn't at one with his bike on Friday, but then turned it around Saturday morning and just dominated, cleared off yesterday with a malfunction, with a lowering device that wasn't working correctly. So, yeah, the question marks continue, but Pecco is the Pecco of old this weekend, which is good to see.
And he said he goes in as favourite. Does he go in as favourite for you?
I'm going to go Aldeguer goes in as favourite for me, only because throughout the weekend, early on in the weekend, Aldeguer was able to go faster on the medium tyre than the other riders. I'm assuming with this heat that the majority of the riders will go for the medium. So even though Aldeguer starts on the second row, I've got a feeling he's my dark horse.
Track temperature's 55, so it's right on the button, isn't it?
Yeah. It's right on the button of
Melted.
frying an egg, yeah.
So hot here, it really is. It's the humidity is 100% anyway. The ambient temperature probably says it's about 32. It feels like 42. It's so hot, you've had to change your shirt.
I've had full kit change.
Okay, I didn't need to know about the rest of it. Let's take a break and we'll see you on the other side.
Yeah, well, we're getting set then. The riders are heading out onto the circuit. Let's head down and join our colleagues at Dawn TV.
To the grid, 20 laps of action coming up. If you're just joining us for this MotoGP Grand Prix, there was a substantial delay earlier on in Moto3 due to a serious accident on the sighting lap involving Noah Dekvila and Jose Antonio Rueda, which means we are yet to see the Moto2 battle. That will follow MotoGP at 4:30 local time.
Plenty of Bez fans out in force here in Sepang, including one of them who's got the absolutely awesomely named Bez Lightyear. Love that. Superb. This was a move that Bez made on what was an excellent recovery, actually. 14th on the grid to 7th on the road. Pushed up inside the top 6 after the Aldeguer penalty. Had to do a lot of work for that 7th place, didn't he? Moves on Zarco, moves on Digia, moves on Marini, moves that are not easy to make in modern day MotoGP. Ultimately, Luca Marini later on in the sprint was to suffer his first DNF of 2025, his first crash, believe it or not, of 2025 as well. Pol Espargaro, another victim of the Bezzecchi charge through the pack. Bez with the ice vest on, trying to keep himself cool at the end of that sprint yesterday. He's going to go double the distance over 20 laps this afternoon. So then, we believe, as Jack told us, having spoken to some Michelin insiders, that the majority of the riders are going to take the punt. They're going to go for the gamble. They're going to try and make that soft go the distance over 20 laps. Certainly will make the Grand Prix interesting, won't it? Pedro Acosta then, promoted to 3rd in yesterday's sprint, once again by far the leading light for KTM. Can he repeat that podium in the Grand Prix here this afternoon? We've got the boss, Aki Ayo, who joins Jack.
Yeah, I've got Aki with me in the back of the KTM box. Aki, I understand the vast majority of the field are maybe looking at using the soft rear tyre. What are KTM thinking?
At the moment, seems like our plan is to go with the same tyres as yesterday. But of course, many times the final decision come on the grid. But I really feel that majority on the grid is with the soft one today. The front is a bit more mixed.
We saw yesterday, even in the sprints, there was an obvious drop for Pedro. He's had his tyre troubles over recent weeks. For those on the KTM, how much of a risk is it to go for the soft? Do you think you can get it to the end of the race?
Yeah, I think everyone, all the manufacturers has tested, let's say, medium also this week, and still after testing seems like majority is soft. So sometimes the difference is smaller, sometimes bigger. So for sure, it's really a race to manage.
As a result, is it a bit of a race of survival for Pedro?
For sure. I believe for everyone, of course, here in these conditions, it's a little bit with this, let's say, compounds, what is available. It's the race for survival, but of course, long race is always a little bit different story as a sprint, and of course, you need to prepare and manage in different way.
Thanks, Aki. Good luck.
Thanks.
Yeah, Aki's down there. Let's rejoin the grid then. Susie Perry's out there as we get ready for the Grand Prix in Malaysia.
Welcome back. November is shaping up to be an unmissable month here on TNT Sports. Our Premier League lineup includes Liverpool, Aston Villa and Spurs Man United, with 34 matches from the UEFA Champions League, as well as every game from the Europa League and Conference League, plus continued coverage of the men's and women's FA Cup. And add to that, every match from the Quilter Nations Series, the UK Championship, one of snooker's Triple Crown events, and ball-by-ball coverage from the opening test of the Ashes. Well, welcome to the grid here in Malaysia. It's boiling. We've just run to get here.
Touch the floor, Susie.
Really?
I'll hold that. Let me just hold. Go on, put your hand on the floor. Just put it right down. It's crazy, isn't it?
I mean...
55 degrees.
Yeah. It's 55 degrees, and that's That's the science of tyres. As we're on that, let's just have a little chat, Michael, about the situation here with tyres.
Yeah, I think we're arriving on the grid, and there's still a question mark, both front and rear this weekend, so it's going to be interesting to see who takes the gamble, which will be making the soft last over distance. I think all the riders on Friday were thinking that's the tyre to go for, but then yesterday, as we've rubbered in, it's become higher in terms of wear and consumption. Even Pecco said he was struggling a little bit at the end of the race, so double the distance today, 20 laps, the rear will drop off, but I think some riders will opt for it. They'll go for the soft.
It'll be interesting to see what strategy is attained. Pecco just arriving there, you can see over Neil's shoulder, just coming into his pole position spot. There hasn't been many of them this year, only 3 I think he's had across the season. And when he's taken pole position in Japan, he went on obviously to win everything. So far, he's got pole, he's got the sprint. Has he got what it takes today, and what would it mean if he did the double here?
Well, all it will mean is we are confused even more. It won't change anything, as in the confusion continues, because then we'll go to the next round, and you are unsure, aren't you? You're like, I wonder what it will be like in Portimao with the hills, the roller coaster, the bumps. You know, Pecco talked about the bike feeling nervous over bumps, so it's going to be interesting. What I liked about this weekend was it's been fast, but then as he walks past, and then ended up not going straight through to qualifying 2, so he had to go through Q1, which he did.
Which helped him.
Which ended up helping him, but he ended up where he was in a situation in qualifying 2 with 1 tyre. And to go out, he waited to get the clear track on his own, 1 go at it.
Yeah, only 1 lap on that tyre.
1 lap, set the pole position. I mean, we shouldn't, and I know we shouldn't question that man's ability. We shouldn't, we have, because we've not got answers, we've never been in this position where we've got the answers off Ducati of what's been going on. You can't go from first to last to last to first.
If you're crushed, you can't do it.
No.
It's a really weird situation, which Davide Tardozzi has said he's never seen the like of it either. Let's just hop to the second row of the grid. So behind us, you can't see because it's so busy on here, you'll find Pedro Acosta. We can hear from his man. Now, Paul Trevathan is talking to Nat.
Well, Paul, Pedro ended up with a podium in the end yesterday. What are his chances of doing that today in this longer race?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a much more complicated race. You know, the sprints are always pure potential of bike and rider. You know, these ones are a bit more, who's a bit cleverer. I mean, the track temperature is a good 10 degrees hotter than yesterday. We got double the race, so tyre management's the key. A bit unlucky that perhaps the medium rear tyre is not working like everyone hoped here to give it a bit of an easier time. But so anyway, I think most people are going to be on the same choices. So it's about management, getting a good start, staying out of trouble. And yeah, I think, honestly, I'd say top 5 is really a good potential. And if we can grab anything further, we will.
Brilliant. Thanks, Paul.
Cheers, thanks.
What do you think of Pedro Acosta's chances today? Obviously, he didn't celebrate the podium yesterday because it didn't happen till afterwards, but he did get 3rd, and he's been getting steady, stronger and stronger over the last few rounds, hasn't he?
Yeah, he looks good this weekend. He looked good in those early laps. Unfortunately for him, once the grip dropped, he really struggled, and he's anticipating more of the same, and by the sounds of it from Paul there, they're worried about tyre consumption. It's been a weird one for KTM and for Pedro. Such a strong track for him here last year, but the current evolution of the bike, or all the bikes in the grid, and the grip that's available here, the track's a little bumpier than it has been over the previous seasons. It's not clicking for him, but he will deliver. Over 20 laps, he'll manage it. He will grit his teeth and get everything out of that package today.
It's double bubble, isn't it? Because we've got double laps. Track temperature's 10 degrees higher. It's no good looking there, mate. Anyway, Ciao Tutti is with us.
Ciao,
ciao. Hello, darling.
Ciao.
Great to see you with your Frankie Morbidelli on the front row. And Fabio also looking like he might have a better chance in the longer format. What do you think? What can you tell us?
Okay. Allora, yesterday, unfortunately, with Franco, after 5 laps, we suffer a lot in the right corner. We don't have the driving speed for the tire become hotter, and because maybe his ride style is not the right way, he ride too much in the edge. We speak a lot this morning. We make a modify in the bike. During the warm-up is better. The tire become colder than yesterday, and we are positive, and we try to fight for the podium or the first position. With Fabio, we have a lot of problems during the weekend in the front part of the bike. We don't understand very well nothing. We have a lot of front lock, but not normal front lock. Now this morning we changed the fork, and then it's a little bit better. But anyway, we started from the 8. It's not easy to recover.
We've been talking to Davide Tardozzi about Pecco and the situation, the up and down situation, and this very confusing situation about the rear ride height device. What do you think about it?
It's difficult to understand because in Australia is a disaster. Here he won in pole position and yesterday he won the races. I don't know sincerely. Maybe for sure Tardozzi he knows better than me.
I don't think he knows any. I don't think he does. It doesn't seem like.
Anyway,
we wish you the very best for today.
Thanks,
Uccio. Thank you so
Ciao.
much. Always good to hear from Uccio, and he's always really honest. Either he's been silenced or he literally doesn't know anything.
No, he's been silenced. I think he's given a little bit too much away in previous rounds because he's so honest. I mean, obviously he was the one who told us that Bagnaia had ridden their bike at that test in Misano, so I think he's been silenced.
I think, well, there's been a lot of meetings had. Let's just say no more on that situation. Fabio Quartararo will go from 4th today. Let's find out what they've got in the can. Here's Maio Meregali.
Well, Maio, Fabio had a real battle with Frankie Morbidelli yesterday in the sprint. How's he feeling about this longer race with the grid, the temperatures and that tyre management?
I think no one has any idea how it can go today because it's hotter than yesterday. We all know that the rear soft tire won't last till the end of the race. They have to manage the tire degradation. In this hot condition, for me, the rider are going to have a tough job. Yesterday, it's been a pity that we fight a bit because they lost the train. Otherwise, I think we could maybe play for something slightly better. But overall, yesterday we started quite struggling because always the same thing. The grip was not very good. And then slowly the track condition get better. And as you know, for us it's better. And just a pity that in the last hot lap, he lost something in the last two main straight, and otherwise I think the first row was feasible.
It's going to be a tough 20 laps. We wish you the best. Thanks, Maio.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is going to be a very tough race ahead. We've got an air display going on as well, just when you thought you didn't need any more noise in your head. But Alex Marquez will go from behind us, from second on the grid. He was second in the sprint podium yesterday to give him second in the championship. Lots of twos there. Will it be another one today, or could he go one better?
Oh, he could go one better, definitely. He actually said after the race yesterday, he rode a little bit tight. He was well aware of...
He was so nervous, wasn't he?
Yeah, and you think, well, why is that? But it's huge for him to finish second in the world, get that cemented in history, because it is. No brothers have ever finished 1 and 2 in the premier class of two-wheel motorsport. So he felt the pressure. He said he wasn't riding like himself. So today he doesn't have to worry about that. He's got nothing to lose. Second in the championship secured. Just throw everything at it. He rides well round here, and he's good at saving his tyre.
An unleashed Alex Marquez is a fast Alex Marquez show.
And aggressive. He loves the late pass, and we know when Pecco got into turn 1 first yesterday, he was able to drop the hammer. So I look for an Alex Marquez attack from the outset, try and get ahead of Pecco, try and control the rhythm. I don't think we'll see those 58 zeros we were seeing in the early laps yesterday. It's going to be a much more controlled race over 20 laps, and Alex certainly able to fight Pecco, I think, all the way. It'll hopefully be more of a bunch race at the front today.
And let's hope that Jack Miller can be alongside it as well. He starts from 11th, so he's got a lot to do. Nat is with the boss, Gino Borsoy.
Well, Gino, we've got Jack going from the 4th row of the grid here, but everyone's kind of scratching their heads because everything feels a little bit different today. Hotter, the tyre management. What kind of race do you think we're going to get?
Well, for sure, it's not the perfect weekend for us. We start well on Friday, but then step by step we had some issue, especially on the electronic side, on the grip on the rear, and today with the hot condition, even worse. So we were struggling on the season about the rear tire, but at the end we decided to start with the soft. We know it's a big risk, but all the other riders have the soft on rear, so they have to really manage from the beginning.
All the best. Thanks, Gino.
Thank you.
Yeah, the Yamahas have really struggled here down the straights, haven't they? We saw in qualifying that actually Fabio was the quickest in the first 3 sectors and then lost it in the last sector, which is why Michael felt that he should have had pole position.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. When you see that, I mean, you can't, the facts don't lie. We saw him on his fast laps. We saw him clearly the fastest through the first 3 quarters. And that last sector is 2 corners, but 2 really long straights. One of them's a kilometre long, so there's nothing he could do. We saw him trying to make up a bit of time in the braking zone, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, and they are really going to struggle on this longer format, aren't they, as well?
Yeah, although it could maybe lay into their hands a little bit if they go for the medium tyre. It sounded from Gino there that they were going to opt for, maybe that's only the Pramac Yamahas, onto the medium, and quite a few going for the soft, which will definitely have a drop. So, yeah, I think we could be having a split tyre grid today by the seams of things.
I quite like that when it's like that, because it makes it really interesting, doesn't it? You've got the soft tyre that we know is going to offer much more grip. You've probably got half a second on a soft tyre, lap time-wise, but will it last? Tests have shown around it, normally it doesn't. It normally drops off with about 6, 7 laps to go.
Let's hear, and it will be a quick word from Frankie Morbidelli.
Frankie, much hotter today, a bit of a debate about the tyres. Do you go with the soft, and how much of a risk is it if you do?
I think yes. I think everybody's going to go with the soft.
How difficult will it be to manage over the 20 laps?
Very difficult.
And how do you split the difference with the other Ducatis? What are they doing differently to you?
Sometimes they're quicker.
We hope you're quick today, Frankie. Enjoy.
I hope to. Ciao.
Is he all right?
He's getting worse. He's getting worse. Oh, you could argue he's getting better. I mean, they're interesting. I feel sorry for Nat. There's nothing worse than you getting the old one-word answers.
No, but she had about 10 questions listed because she knew that. Yeah, she knew. And it's nothing to Nat. It's just prior to a race, his head is well into the zone. So as we stand here, with planes are flying over us, the temperature is searing. The track temperature is hurtling up to 60 degrees here, and we are waiting for the national anthem. All the riders have headed to the front of the grid to be respectful, and we can hear it now. The scene is set for the Malaysian Grand Prix.
Ladies and gentlemen, rise down for the Malaysian national anthem. Negaraku, tanah tumpahnya darahku. Rakyat hidup bersatu dan maju. Rahmat bahagia Tuhan kurniakan, Raja kita selamat bertata. Rahmat bahagia Tuhan kurniakan, Raja kita selamat bertata.
There we go then, and just from our eye, we can see Marco Bezzecchi walking away, and probably poignant to say that the Aprilias have really struggled around here, haven't they?
Yeah, which has been a massive surprise. We saw the last 2 rounds, the Aprilia was the bike to be on. They had an advantage. You'd almost say quarter of a second advantage. We heard the gossip was, finally, we've got the bike that works at every track. They spoke too soon. They've come here, and I've tried to analyse why, and I think a lot of it is because they've developed the bike so much from the start of the season when they rode here in February. The bike's evolved that much that it works at some tracks, but then they've come here and it's almost like the base setting, what would normally work here. The bike's that different. They're slightly lost. I don't think it helped with the dirty track on Friday, a green track.
And no grip, was there?
I rode the track on Friday, as you know, and it stood out how bumpy and ripply this track is, and we know the Aprilia can be nervous. So if you had bumps and no grip, to an already nervous motorcycle, you're on the back foot.
So are we back to Ducati domination this weekend?
Yeah, we didn't see it coming, but yesterday it looked that way in sprint. And again, across the front row, all three have a good shot at the podium. You look at the second row and you say Fermin Aldeguerra's probably got more of a shot than Pedro Acosta. I do think it is another Ducati controlling race. They may have a few challenges from, I think, Pedro mainly. The Yamahas are going to struggle a little bit over 20 laps, but I think it's a Ducati podium lockout again today.
Well, we'll have to see what happens. You're looking at Franco Morbidelli needs to get that a good start. And how much will be about the start? Is Fabio Quartararo just concentrating his thoughts? We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we will be going racing. The Malaysian Grand Prix MotoGP is on the way. Don't go away.
It's getting ready for a great race, and a great atmosphere is building up. Let's check in with the world feed before we go on.
Here in Sepang that flank the two long straights. Alex Marquez then, pre-race dramas aside. And Alex win the MotoGP Grand Prix for the first time outside of home turf. He has won a sprint here before in Malaysia, did so back in 2023. Can anybody stop Pecco Bagnaia from completing, well, starting and finishing this overseas tour with a treble? It's really hard to imagine, isn't it? I mean, we said yesterday in comedy, the curious case of Pecco Bagnaia. It was 8 days ago at Phillip Island in Australia where he crossed the line in the sprint 32 seconds behind Marco Bezzecchi. That followed a sprint in Mandalika where he was 29 seconds behind Bez and then crashed out of last in the Grand Prix. I mean, talk about a roller coaster 5 weeks and 4 rounds for the Italian.
Yeah, when he's good, he's almost unbeatable, but when he's not, he is beaten by just about everybody on track. It appears we've got the best of Pecco Bagnaia here this weekend, but he's well aware, as we are, that this is not going to be an easy 20 laps of action for him. Certainly the start, the first couple of laps are going to be all important to maintain that track position. As mentioned a moment ago, that battle between Bagnaia and Martin last year was so aggressive, partly because they were fighting for a world championship, but also because they wanted that track position. They didn't want a rider ahead of them putting hot air on their front tyre and making their pressure go through that roof.
It's going to be a big consideration. It will be a big factor at play in this Grand Prix. Fans braving it in the blazing sunshine at the moment. That's a used rear tyre that Pecco Bagnaia would have used to have come to this grid here in Sepang. A winner already in MotoGP 31 times. Put him level, of course, for Dani Pedrosa and Eddie Lawson. There's now only 7 riders in MotoGP history that have won more Grand Prix than Pecco. And they are some of the great and good, aren't they, of MotoGP? Giacomo Agostini, Valentino Rossi, Marc Marquez, Mick Doohan, Roy Lorenzo, Casey Stoner and Mike Hayward. Could jump ahead of Dani Pedrosa and Eddie Lawson in the all-time winners list. Alex Marquez and Fermin Aldeguerra and co will have a big part to say in proceedings coming up in a couple of minutes' time as the grid then starts to clear. On the front row for just the second time in 2025, it's Frankie Morbidelli, a Moto2 world champion, crowned right here back in 2017. Points in all 5 in his MotoGP career, having secured second in the world championship yesterday in the sprint. Alex Marquez goes from second on the grid, but it's Pecco Bagnaia looking to complete yet another dominant double. Can he do the business from pole here in Sepang?
Tensions are rising. The atmosphere is certainly going to be there. Let's see what we can do. It's time for the Grand Prix of Malaysia with Bagnaia on pole position. Here it comes. Malaysia Grand Prix at the Kuala Lumpur circuit. Sepang is awesome. We've had to wait a little bit today, a 2-hour red flag due to incidents in the Moto3 strategy. Let's hope now we get a good race. Let's take a look at how they line up on the grid then. It's Pecco Bagnaia on pole position, who won the sprint yesterday from Alex Marquez and Franco Morbidelli. And it's Fabio Quartararo, Pedro Costa, Fermin Aldeguer, Juan Mir, Fabio Di Giannantonio, Johan Zarco, Alex Rins, Jack Miller, Paul Espargaro, Luca Marini, Marco Bezzecchi and Ralph Fernandez, Miguel Oliveira, Ayagura, Brad Binder, and Air Bashini, Somcat Chancho, Lorenzo Salvadori, Mikel Pirro, and Augusto Fernandez. Marc Marquez is the champion. He's on 545 points. That will be his season total. He will not return in 2025, not even in the Valencia postseason test. Alex Marquez, though, can still become second and get more points in terms of the BMW award. Bagnaia, 286, he's closed down. He looks like he's settling on. He's level with Marco Bezzecchi in the moment for third in the championship of the runners-up, so he is still in order of play there. Megan Birch alongside me in the commentary box. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning.
We've still got a Moto2 race to play after this with the 2-hour red flag.
Yes, I heard what exactly happened with Moto3.
Well, if you take a look at my laptop here, I will show you what happened in the accident. Noah Deltweller slowing on the racing line. Jose Antonio Ueda running into the back of him. They've both been airlifted to hospital. We are awaiting news. Both riders were conscious, however, at the start.
Yeah, that doesn't look like... It's more of a bike problem accident, I would say. I think it'll just be high side type injuries of the two of them.
The fact is that when there was contact, the heads got a massive knock between the two.
Probably just concussions.
I hope so. We wait for news. As soon as we have it, we will tell you back at home as well.
Also,
any of the latest news. Megan.
Fun fact right now, I'm not feeling good.
Stand over there then, keep it on my way.
Yeah.
20 laps incoming, double the distance of what we managed in the Moto3 race a few moments ago. The actions are building. 190,977 people. Who do you think is going to win this race?
I am thinking Alex.
Good pick, to be fair. So going to Alex Marquez. That is the option I think as well would be on the call.
Is that what you keep suggesting I try?
Yeah.
I'll try it for fake Halloween tonight.
So they line up on the grid. 20 laps to go alongside. Bagnaia lines up in pole position. Here's Gigi Delinia.
Oh, he's got a fan on him.
We've got a heater on us.
Yeah, because it's cold, but we've got an extra hour's sleep.
Bonus for a 2-hour delay. MotoGP still going off on time. Green flag at the back. Round 20 of the MotoGP World Championship is under starters orders. It's pulled the throttle back as we go racing in Kuala Lumpur. Great start from the two Ducatis. Bagnaia's going to lead Alex down towards turn 1. And look at Acosta. He's going to second position. Stunning start for Pedro Acosta. 5th to 2nd in the space of 1 corner. Alex is going to drop back a little bit as well.
Contact there between Aldeguer and someone else.
And that was with Quartararo on the inside line. He's going to try and hold it through. And have they all made it through safely? Yes, they have. Out of 3, up to turn 4 we go. Quartararo ahead of Aldeguer. Rins has dropped down. Look at Brad Binder up 6 places where he started. That's Bagnaia leading. At the inside, that's going to be very deep from Alex Marquez. He forces Acosta wide, but retakes second position. He's not wanting to let Bagnaia go at all today.
Do you know what? My guess is suddenly looking a lot more possible.
Yeah, not entirely out of the realms of possibility as Aldeguer holding on the back of Fabio Quartararo. Franco Morbidelli running in some good position as well. There's Di Giannantonio looking to the inside of Zarco, trying to find a little bit of traction as well.
It's odd.
The line.
We don't have any of the tyre data apart from 2 of the riders.
Majority are on the soft rear compound. That's what we know. As there goes Juan Mir on the inside of Franco Morbidelli at turn 9.
Oh, almost contact.
Morbidelli didn't see him, so Mir had to back out that one.
That could have been bad, could have been like a this morning thing. And thankfully, I think Morbidelli just went wide, so that is now here to actually kind of get the cut back, but then he's failed to get the cut back.
Yeah, because Morbidelli's got the traction back, so he's shot back up, and there we see the bats at the front. Now, a bit of a darker blue today for the Gresini boys, so they are very not dissimilar to the Yamaha squad at the moment, so it's hard to tell who's who, but
camouflage.
Yeah, look at Alex Marquez, looking very racy indeed. The rear stepping out, coming into the last corner. He's trying on the inside of Pecco Bagnaia, brings out the under traction, and Acosta's right there as well. That's lap 1 complete then, and we have a big race ahead of us.
Do you know, it also seems like the Honda lot have got a little bit of a darker livery as well.
Yeah, Binder's up 7 places, as Sean's mentioned out in our chat. What a start from him. Up 7, Paul's down a couple of positions, Igura up 2 only, Quartararo in 4th position.
We just had multiple people change round.
Miller's dropped 5 places as well on the timing screen.
So he's the biggest loser of the start.
And Alex going on the inside line up at turn 4. He really does force his way through on Bagnaia, doesn't he? Alex Marquez, who won the sprint race here a couple of years ago, now leads the Grand Prix. Bagnaia's trying to come back underneath there. You can hear the Kuala Lumpur fans really giving up some entertainment. They did that for Danish in the Moto3 race just 45 minutes ago before we had to stop with a technical issue. The Malaysian rider, but they are loving their action. And now look at Acosta. Could this be Acosta's day to win? We've already had a winner. First time in Moto3 with Tayo Funasato. Are we about to have Pedro Acosta claim it after so long? He's on the back of Bagnaia to turn 9.
That was an impressive move.
Mia completely out of whack. Dives up the inside of Morbidelli and gets the move done. Morbidelli should have the inside line coming into turn 11, but has to back out of it.
Honestly, I think those two should be on the podium.
Yeah.
I mean, they're certainly going for it. They're the podium of the upper mid-pack.
Acosta still now on the back of Bagnaia as they come in towards turn 14. Just looks at the inside. Come on, get the traction. Look at Bagnaia's made a mistake. Acosta's going for it.
Too wide.
Too wide from Bagnaia. Acosta desperate to try and get through. The fans are loving this as well. All 190,000 of them have turned up this weekend, are literally enjoying. They are loving MotoGP.
All far too wide there.
And that's Aldeguer going wide, and slipping through on the inside is Juan Mir at turn 15, but they're going to go elbow to elbow. Aldeguer's not giving up at all. And that's going to be Mir literally having to be on the outside, manoeuvre into turn 1. Aldeguer should be able to keep this, but Mir's going round the outside and shut the door. He's cut him off. Aldeguer goes in too deep. Here comes Morbidelli on the inside. Oh, that was brilliant racing.
Do you know what? I think we may have to change the guesses to Mir winning, because I don't know what's going on with him, but he's certainly going for it.
And look at Acosta. He's got the run up towards turn number 4. Pulls to the inside line. Should be there in the brakes. Bagnaia is slipping in the rear tyre. Acosta's going to run in deep. He takes 2nd position. Now can he say after Alex Marquez? Bagnaia's in the comeback though. Through turn 6 on the inside line. He cuts back. The Malaysian fans are loving this. Acosta's really keeping in traction with him.
I mean, I must remind you, this is only lap 3 of the race as well, so still, we don't know who will win. I mean, Bagnaia,
that's not a position to overtake in the 7-8 chicanes at the back. This is turn 9. Acosta will have to go the inside line. Don't go too down the brakes. Hold it back. Bagnaia runs it in deep. He'll bring the under traction to try and sweep around the outside, coming through turn 10, and does exactly that.
That was almost too close there between Acosta and Bagnaia.
You can tell he's a world champion, can't you?
Yeah.
Both of them, to be fair, but in terms of he's a MotoGP world champion. Them to attack each other has allowed Alex to get out ahead, because the gap is now 0.9 of a second. Acosta's all over the back as they come through now down the back straight out of turn 14 towards turn 15's hairpin. I think Acosta's going to have a way through here.
I think so, yeah, but I think he might fail on the cutback. See?
Yeah, you're right there. Down on the gears, couldn't get the traction.
It's not a good place to start your overtakes. It's a good place to see how quickly the other person can react, but it's just a little bit too wide a bit of track for you to actually make any move.
It's a bit further wide, but backwards as well. A couple of riders making manoeuvres. Everyone has indeed gone for soft rear tyres, Megan. including
good.
Bagnaia.
I can actually see Bagnaia.
No, I can't, but everybody according to our monitor here in the commentary box that you can
He's
see.
bound to be.
So Marquez leads, but it's Alex, remember? So Alex leading, Bagnaia second, Acosta's in third position, and for how much longer? Because even at turn 4, Acosta's on the traction zone, trying to get ahead of Bagnaia through the kink at 5, 6. Oh God, I can't say that in good tension. But this is 5, then into 6, swapping back from the 7 and 8 dual complex. Here we go. This is it, 7 and 8.
Right, let's have a little look at the rear of the field while those two are locked in a battle.
He's going to have a go on the inside line at turn 9. He's closer than ever before. Can he go for a little lunge? Late on the brakes. He's backed out of it this time. He's gone.
Right, so down at the bottom of the field, Ralph Fernandez is doing too well, I mean, compared to how he was doing last week. And it's Bastianini, he has moved up a little bit. He's moved up like 3 places, I would say, since the start of the race, so that's good progress for him. And it's, who's that who dropped there? That was Miller, who dropped a lot at the start, 3 places actually. So there seems to be a lot of people who actually dropped at the start rather than actually did well.
Sadly, that is the case. Miller dropped. Ralph Fernandez dropped.
Salvador didn't do
dropped.
anything.
Salvador stayed exactly where he is. He stayed in 21st position. And yeah, look, Seymour Morbidelli dropped. Now he's starting to have the fight back as well. Across him. Watch as they cross the line now. And the lap chart starts to come through. So far, everybody... I don't think there's been an overtake because now Mir looks to the inside line of Colorado down turn 1. He can't make it. No, there was no overtakes that lap time by Megan.
That was that lap in particular was quiet because that doesn't actually carry over to any bit of a race. Just the past.
Now they're just all, what, tyre pressure?
I think they're trying to say that, yeah.
That's the last thing we'll look. So they'll all try and push it together. Just down, down, down. Mir's all over the back of Colorado for 4th position. The top 3 have pulled out a second gap, remember, to Acosta's,
Yellow.
Oh, sector 2.
That is Paul Espargaro.
Oh, no, not Paul.
He's in this a lot, it's fine.
Look at him, he can't believe it. I feel sorry for Paul. He was running in such a good position. He's now out of the Malaysia Grand Prix.
He should just come back.
Yeah. First crash of the season. As Sean's pointed out, it is indeed.
I miss Paul. He needs to be back. I miss him. It feels wrong to have no Espargaros.
He should be back full time. Let's have a look. Is he going to drop the front? Oh, well,
Yeah.
the bike sends up back. I don't know what.
Yeah,
happened there.
I think he did drop.
And the bike's just carried on and barreled through the gravel. He's out of the race. He couldn't believe it. Still 5 of 20. 1/4 the race complete, so 1/4.
Yeah.
Look
16 laps to go.
Look at Bagnaia though, he's so slow. Acosta should really jump him. They're allowing Alex to get the distance at the front. Acosta needs, if he wants a race win today, Acosta's going to have to get past Bagnaia ASAP. Down into turn 15.
I think that Acosta might be quite conscious of passing him this early in the race though. It is only lap 5. And I think he might wait until maybe about halfway through the race to actually pass him when Bagnaia's used more of his tyres. And then he'll set his sights on Alex, who honestly, his tyres, given the fact that he's gone soft.
So has Acosta though.
True.
Bagnaia's got medium front soft rear according to our monitors. We've now got that data back.
Honestly, I think that Bagnaia might have actually gone the safer route.
Yeah, I think he has. Judging by that vicinity at the front, I'd say that would be the safer bet.
Because we see now everyone who's on the softs doing well, but that will change dramatically by the end.
Cautiously, wildly, accelerating. That's the situation of today. We've just got to find the traction. We're riding with Juan Mir. Ahead is Fabio Quartararo through turn number 7. And then through 8.
What position was Paul running
12th.
as?
Yeah, so he's where Binder and Bezecchi are.
He's in points, that's annoying.
It's really annoying. KTM need every point that can matter at the moment. Juan Mir's really having to wrestle that bike into an off-camber turn 9 uphill.
thankfully all the other riders are in the points. So there's that.
Mia's going to be really having a go at Quartararo now because Mia's got the pace for a podium here.
He does. I mean, I think that Mia, if he really continues and dedicates himself to the race and doesn't crash out, that he might get on the podium. I think he might be able to even get second.
I think he could easily get ahead of Bagnaia if he catches up to him. Acosta needs to go for it soon. Here is the running order. Here comes Mia this time, and he's over through on the inside line of Quartararo into turn 15, but he's run too deep, he's going to lose out. Quartararo goes back through. Mia was so low on the brakes, he couldn't get the traction back, and he's lost out time.
It's still early in the race. He can get that position back in no time.
Really annoying that that's happened though.
See, there he is.
He's right back on the back of Quartararo, but
how slow is Quartararo?
2 minute lap time for Quartararo.
Oh, so he is
0.2 laps slower than everybody else. Bagnaia, though, ran a 1:59.681. He was 0.2 faster, exactly, to Alex Marquez. 0.187 faster in that lap time overall, and the gap closing.
He really wants that first position back. Bastianini further down passes Rins for 13th place. Now, Rins, I don't think suits Yamaha.
No.
Yamaha riders are just suffering at the minute. And I think Rins should swap with someone else because he deserves to actually get decent points for once. So I don't know what's up with that second Yamaha.
What do you say, for once?
Yeah.
That's how it all goes.
Ooh, a little bit of a change there.
That was Rins again, having a bit of uncertainty. Here's Zarco with Luca Marini behind. Zarco's running P8, Marini 9th, Dinci's in 10th, Binder 11th, Kazeki 12th. They're close together out there on the circuit right now. Trying to find in some otherworldly tractions. So again, they just shift on the gears, up and up and up, time and time again, getting more and more traction, more and more atmosphere.
Do you know what I just realised?
What?
I said the word quiet and then Paul crashed.
Yeah, that's your fault.
Why go for the one person I didn't want to crash?
Down the brakes, Bagnaia runs it in deep. Acosta's trying to get the undercut. That's what the off-camber turn 15 hairpin can do for you. It gives you multiple racing lines and just sort of spits you out wide and says, you go deal with that, I'll do this, you do that, hands up, see who's wrong later on in the race and then progress forward.
Someone just moved, but they're all blue, so I can't tell exactly who moved.
Yeah, there's 14 down, is literally just the blueness.
I know Rins was involved, but I don't know whether he was the one moving up or the one getting past. I think he was the one moving up.
Yeah. Here we go again. Alex Marquez leading, lap 8 of 20. He's got a chance to win for the first time outside of Spain in a Grand Prix run.
I hope so. He needs to win.
Won the French sprint, won the Malaysia sprint.
It feels odd Marquez is not winning yet.
Yeah,
so
some Marquez can win.
Yeah. The bloodline. I feel like one day that's just going to be like a dynasty of, like...
The Marquez dynasty?
Yeah.
Are we not in that now?
Yeah, but, like, their lineage.
Well, they've confirmed first and second place in the championship. Alex cannot be caught with 2 races to go and 2 sprints.
Their parents must be really proud.
Yeah. Mark put on socials yesterday about how congratulations, baby brother. First and second, Mark and Alex. And of course, Alex is the independent riders champion of the season. Scored that yesterday in the sprint race.
So at least the champion at some point.
Hard to get with the 8-second time penalty means he's not the rookie of the year. He will change that. He'll get that today, however.
Yeah. Which is well deserved. I mean, the amount of risky manoeuvres he's done, he deserves that title.
And of course, won a race.
Yes.
In Indonesia.
He's the only rookie that did that.
Since Marc Marquez, as there goes Marini being forced out wide by Di Gianantonio, who goes through on the inside line in turn 15, closes off the door quite nicely. Marini can't get the exit that he wanted to. He's pulling down the outside. Maybe I'll stand corrected. Actually, Di was way off the racing line.
The straight, however, helped him a little bit, but he got cut off, it seems. And I don't know how he managed to get cut off from behind.
Yeah, I don't know either, actually.
Because it's like he saw someone trying to make a move and immediately had to back out of the move he was about to make to defend.
What's that? What lineage I always say? Catching is one thing, passing is quite another.
Yeah.
It's not the case. Not the case at all for Digi.
I just heard a fan scream in the background.
That was the only to overtake on that last lap, by the way.
Jeez.
We take a look at the lap tractor we've got here with the lap tracker. There's been only a few accidents, and that of Rins dropping back a couple of places. There has not been much change in this race.
Do you know, I feel like I should say the Q word again.
Quiet.
Yes, I keep saying it. Your turn.
Well, the race is a bit quiet. It's
It is.
liven up a bit with 12 to go. The tyre pressures here are causing loads of issues. Don't forget, we've also got the Moto2 race coming up after this. We'll be back on JBMotorsports for that one after 2 hours build up to the Moto3 race with
Such
that red flag.
suspense.
Yeah.
Oh.
There is Alish watching on.
That's a surprise.
He wanted the brothers.
Well, who's he got to watch now?
Well, there's a few of them coming round still. Still no word on the Moto3 boys of Raider and Noah.
Have you noticed how when there's brothers in MotoGP, all of the older brothers seem to have the same type of eyes? And the fact that it's like they've seen some things in this sport.
We're at the inside. So there we go, Marco Bezzecchi trying to get ahead of Brad Binder. Hope Binder knows he's there because that's getting a little bit tight. There was a little kiss between them, front tyre to tyre. But Binder's got ahead of Bezzecchi.
Don't wear out your tyres too soon. It's only halfway through the race.
Got some unofficial news we'll bring you shortly as well. As up the inside, the battle for fourth, looking strong. Juan Mir now gets out of Quadraro, almost comes off the foot peg, tries to get back underneath him. Quadraro's going to have to put some pressure on down through 5 and 6 and 7. Nothing there.
Quartararo should remember who he's racing right now.
Yeah, a world champion. And the world champion before him.
Yeah.
Mir 2020, Quadraro 2021. That was the world championship battle.
What's that?
I don't know what that was on the front. Right, latest news, by the way, according to Spanish TV, Spanish TV reporting that Jose Antonio Reyes is in a lot of pain, but is okay. No news on Noah Deltwiller, but this is nothing official from MotoGP just yet. Apparently, KTM also told Service TV that Reyes suffered a severe concussion and possibly a broken hand. But thankfully, no other serious injuries. Hopefully, we'll get a similarly good news from Deltwiller, considering the circumstances. That's not official just yet. That's the latest that's coming out from the paddock at the moment. But we stress that is not official information.
With his, I think he'll have a broken arm because he was thrown sideways.
Yeah. Over we go again then. Here comes Pedro Acosta trying to run the outside of Pecco back 9. There's Alex Marquez leading the race by just 9/10 of a second. Acosta, I think you're right, Megan. The half distance now is just waiting back to go for a move.
I'd be very surprised if one of them didn't have a broken rib.
Yeah. Oh, I would be.
Because that, I'm pretty sure one of them hit their actual, do you know the visor thing?
Yeah.
I reckon one of them, I reckon the one that we don't actually have any info on, that's the one with a broken rib. Because he would have been taking them for an x-ray in that case and wouldn't be allowed to have anyone say anything.
Well, as soon as we find out any information, we won't speculate, as we'll see the 49 on the inside line. So that's Digi getting ahead of Zarco. Yeah, nothing official has come from MotoGP or Dornan just yet.
I think it'll just be high side injuries then.
Yeah, this is the latest we've got from the Spanish TV, and that's coming from Simon Patterson at the track side. So as soon as we know anything, we'll get it to you, hopefully for the end of the day here on Moto2.
Lap 11 of 20 for this race, and the only person improving in that first sector was Aldeguer.
24.904. So some time at least to be found.
Okay, now we can see Acosta actually steering with intensity at that rear tyre of Bagnaia.
He wants to get through now. He's finding this a bit ridiculous, isn't he?
He's staring at him like he owes him money.
Probably
He could
does.
do.
Thinks he can. He thinks he can. He wants him to. He needs that position to change over.
And someone's crashed and it's
Oliveira.
Oliveira.
And sector 3. That'll be a quick one.
That's your cue, Lord.
Is this going to be at turn 11? I think it might
Ryder
be.
okay?
Yeah. More flags have come out.
Can we get a replay of it, please? Or is that not allowed for the race either?
I'm not too sure how that's come across actually on the monitor.
It's gone
The
yellow.
flag's been withdrawn, yeah.
Yeah. And he's rejoined the race. I'm guessing he just dropped it a little bit.
Crashed out of P18.
Yeah. I mean, he's not exactly lost major positions.
Just trying to get this lap counter working.
And while we weren't looking, Mia's passed Morbidelli.
So Mia's moved up the positions. Not too bad.
He's now only got to pass Acosta to get onto the podium. Do you know what? Can we give Mia the lead of the race? Oh, yeah.
Yellow sector 1. There he is. Hang on a minute.
Wow.
Yeah, because that's a replay of Miguel Oliveira dropping it at turn 9.
It's Raul.
But Raul Fernandez has crashed out of the race as well. He was running 19th.
I think he's just... I reckon he's dropped it as well.
Yeah, dropped the front, I think.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, not great from the winner last time out.
See what I mean about
Yeah, he's
different
dropped the
livery?
front. Yeah. There you go.
They've got a different livery. It's more blue.
Golf, of course, this weekend, so the golf liveries. With this being in Kuala Lumpur.
It looks oceany.
Yeah, that's the golf livery, isn't it? The golf. Can Acosta get ahead of Bagnaia? Into turn 9 now.
The real question is whether he can get ahead of him before Mia gets ahead of him.
It's a second where you can overtake at.
Mia's
But I
proving
must
wrong.
admit, the tyre pressures that have been going on for a year now in MotoGP, they're killing the sport.
They have. It is very frustrating because you see so many people who actually have the chance to make a move either have to back off because of their tyre issues. We saw that a few races ago. I think it was with Alex Marquez having to drop back. And there's also a possibility of them crashing out, which I think is what keeps happening to Jack Miller.
Down the brakes, looking for the inside line. There's a few twitches further back, trying to find some positions.
I think it was about 6 races ago that the tyre pressure issue happened.
You see back now, they're looking back to see where Acosta was and almost shaking his head. He's not a happy meal right now.
He never is. Not with this team anymore. I won't be surprised if he switched.
He's locked in at the moment. Nicola Bulliger might be in for the last couple of races as well, the World Superbike rider. Runner up in the championship she was running. Oh, El Diablo! Way too deep at turn 15 and getting the surprise of his life of Franco Morbidelli being on the inside line, coming in like a bat out of hell. That shocked me.
Yeah, that was a little bit terrifying for Morbidelli.
Yeah, Quadraro comes through, picks up the bike, and all of a sudden there's Morbidelli on the inside line.
It's like, VR46.
Being mugged.
He was mugged off the position.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to say this. Acosta needs to pass Bagnaia now.
Yeah, otherwise Mia's going to get him.
Yeah.
I think Mia and Bagnaia going after each other would be an easier thing to happen because Mia's just going to pass Acosta in like a lap. Not a lap from now, but when he gets to him, he'll pass him within a lap.
Oh, hang on. Off goes RTV pictures at the worst moment because I think Acosta was going to go for a move.
Let's hope he fails on the move.
Yeah, I think Acosta was going to go for it. Bagnaia still in second position. Trying to find action. Oh, complete... Yeah, you're going to have to go fix it because I can't get it. So we've lost TV pictures up here in the commentary box. We'll try and get them back on our backup systems. Right now, as it stands, though, the race lead is going with Alex Marquez. Pedro Acosta's on the inside line, and Acosta has taken the second position. Bagnaia's trying to fight back. He got through on the inside line down at turn 9. Can he fight back down towards turn 15? Acosta is trying very, very hard to pull out a gap, but Pedro Acosta moves up into second position here, ahead of Pecco Bagnaia. with 7 laps to go of the Malaysia Grand Prix. We're now watching Alex Marquez. We've got our TV pictures back again as they come through. There is Davide Tardozzi watching on. And how on earth, by now just not having the traction. Brilliant run from Acosta to come into it. We've got our TV pictures back again. Well done to Megan for getting that sorted in quite a successive run. But so far, Alex Marquez, Pedro Acosta, Paco Bagnaia. Now the 1, 2, 3 run at the moment as they come into it again. I guess the television just turned off automatically. Should have done that. It was supposed to be he was playing something. That was a bit weird. Nice run. Well done. Thanks. So Acosta did get through to second place. We saw that move. I got Discovery Plus up just in time to see it.
Woohoo!
And again, he drops it in turn 9 as well.
It's 7:30.
Yeah.
My alarms.
Look at that.
Oh, he's in... Oh, of course he's in his box.
Of course he's in his box. There's no Alex. And so there's no Mark. Only Alex is here.
He gets his father's undivided attention.
Julia's like, going, please just keep it on the track. Don't crash, don't
Ooh,
crash.
speaking of keeping on the track, he almost just lost it.
That's out again. Losing out more places.
I still think that we should have numbers on the side pods.
There's Altair's girlfriend.
She must have terrible stress.
Yeah.
She's just like, why do you always do the difficult moves?
I know the stress.
Oh.
But Pirro and Fernandez battling.
Pirro's getting something to do.
He's 19th at the moment. He's second ever Grand Prix in that bike this year.
I think it'll take a little bit of time for him to get used to it. I mean, he already seems to be getting a little bit used to this bike. I mean, it took Bagnaia ages to get used to the bike.
Oh, completely ages. Embarrassing, really, how long it took.
Yeah. But Pirro seems to be doing quite well. I mean, I know he's only in 19th, but he's got quite a lot of riders behind him.
There's Alex Marquez leading the race with a special one-off livery as they continue to attack. Everyone's just still bumping around out there and struggling for grip. 6 to go, and it looks like this race belongs to Alex Marquez.
It better do.
A bit uneventful this one, isn't it, when we got started?
Yeah. Only for 2... Wait, has Raul gone into the pit lane now?
No, he's out of the race.
But he rejoined.
He's out. Didn't come into the pit lane as far as I saw. Him and Paul are out.
That is very odd because he definitely rejoined the race. And yet, right here, it doesn't say anything about him rejoining or...
I don't think Acosta's going to close in here. Acosta's pulled out a second to Bagnaia, but no, I don't think he's going to catch Alex. Alex just had to stay on 2.6 the gap, and he's got this one in the bag, I think.
I agree. As long as he can keep away from me.
Raul did not rejoin.
That's weird, because I remember him rejoining.
That was Oliveira.
No. Well, I don't know what's going on anymore. So many things differ when you come back to them later.
It's not exactly been a great race, this one, has it, with MotoGP this weekend?
No, it seems very... It reminds me of the F1 French Grand Prix of old.
Nothing happening, yeah.
Yeah. Of course, the last 2 years when we had them, it got really exciting.
I said that the Moto2 race coming up would be quite exciting. We'll be live for that shortly as well. We'll go back over to JBMotorsports 2 for that one. And we'll have a longer ring. We're just live all day basically because of the delay, in case anybody misses the action. MotoGP is on at the same time as it was normally scheduled. 3 o'clock local, 7 AM over there in the UK now on GMT. Not British Summer Time anymore. We're back to GMT.
Do you know, I prefer British Summer Time.
Yeah, well, there we go.
Because, do you know, that's actually the main thing for the world because we get it for 7 months of the year.
Yep. I don't like how, don't like GMT.
Yeah. Everything's too far away.
Feels like you always lose time.
Yeah.
Still, a lot to look forward to. At least there's one thing that's good.
The extra hour.
No, the week feels like it goes by quicker.
True. Get closer to March when it comes back.
Everything else starts again. MotoGP coverage. I think actually we go straight from MotoGP testing into Formula 1 testing on the same day. So, yay. I'm in danger.
Yes.
Yep, pretty much how the standard's going to be. Bastianini's got ahead of Marini for 10th.
Do you know what? Bastianini's actually moved up quite a lot.
9 places in total.
Yeah.
Most of anybody in this race.
I think him and Mia should be given some sort of medal.
Mia's up 3, same as Acosta.
I think Mia though lost quite a lot at the start.
Yeah. Didn't help that he was stuck behind Quartararo for so long.
Yeah.
Look at the field, completely spread out. This is motorcycle racing, is it? Michelin, wrong tyres again. They're not good enough.
They're not the right tyres for this. Personally, I think they should all be on mediums right now.
Yeah, the fact they've all gone soft is not the right call. Marini dives on the inside of Zarco, but can't keep the traction on the inside line. 10-15. Zarco comes back underneath him. They're side by side at the exit, but Zarco will hold out for 10th position. Marini down into 11th, unless he tries the undercut down towards turn 1. Pulls to the inside line, late on the brakes, can't do it. Zarco's got it covered off.
Woohoo! Right. If they're just all too spread out, this is... It feels wrong for them to be
It feels
like
boring.
this. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Michelin are killing the sport. I can't wait for them to go and Pirelli to come at the start of 7.
I agree, at least Vettel might have some punctures.
That's going to be terrible for motorcycle racing.
I know, but if it's like this...
That's right, kill the riders. That's brilliant. Megan Birch, the idea for you is just to kill the riders.
It wouldn't kill them, just send them off into the gravel for a bit.
No, I want tyres that we can push hard throughout the entire race, not ones that we have to save and be worried about tyre pressure. The stupidest thing on the planet for MotoGP, and it really makes me angry, actually.
I just want them to make some more interesting overtakes. I mean, right now we've got 5 in a line.
And they can't
like
move.
dominoes.
And they can't do anything. They can't overtake.
3 years ago, 2 people would have crashed out by now in that pack. Trying to make a move.
Alex Marquez leading from Acosta in 2nd, Bagnaia in 3rd, Mia 4th, Morbidelli 5th, Quartararo 6th, Ardeguer 7th, Di Antonio 8th, Bastianini in 9th, up 10 places, Zarco down to 10th, but he's under attack from Marini, Binder, Bezzecchi, Aiguero and Rins.
For some reason, Zarco just popped up from behind his shield like he was, one of those things you whack in an arcade? A whack-a-mole. That was actually quite funny.
Down into the braking zone.
Yellow.
Yellow flag, sector 4.
Aldeguer, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's someone just ahead. Oh, it is Aldeguer.
Not getting Rookie of the Year yet, is he?
Drops it, and there's his girlfriend's reaction.
She actually has to need to be worried now.
Dropped on the inside line at turn 15. The front spot buckles away from home. Nothing that could be done, sadly. It's just that section of the circuit just gets to you.
No, it wanted something to happen.
Off camera cut. Hang on a minute, what's happened here? Bagnaia's dropped to 4th! Bagnaia's dropped down to 4th position! Juan Mir has moved on to the podium! Woohoo! What's happened to Bagnaia? There we go,
Way
look!
too
Is
wide.
Bagnaia's got a problem? Bagnaia's got a problem! The bike's gone! The bike's gone!
Oh my.
Sprint winner yesterday! Bagnaia's bike! Has the chain gone? He's looking down at the rear!
Okay, I don't think the chain's
Bagnaia
gone,
is
but
out of the Grand Prix!
Hold on, let me see if a Rio for bike.
Can't see a chain! No, I can't see the chain. It's still on.
Something's wrong with the rear
I think
brake.
he's just lost drive.
I think it's brake.
Dominator Donzi can't work out what's happening. We can't. We're looking at it. I can't see it, but Bagnaia is out of the race. Let's have a look.
Wish he wasn't downhill.
Well, he lost out pace to Mia and then just ran on at 4.
Personally, I think his brake's gone in the rear. Ooh, suspension maybe?
Is it ride height? The train's still working. I think the ride height device is broken or something. Unless he's dropping oil, there's no sign of a red flag.
Maybe it's the anti-slip machine causing problems.
Well, Bagnaia, there goes Mikel Pirro, his teammate passing him. Well, that's a shake-up. Pecco Bagnaia, the highs of the sprint, a podium on the line, and now he's out of it, but that's put Juan Mir onto the podium. where he deserved to be.
Good for him. He deserved that.
Out goes Pecco Bagnaia.
What is wrong with his bike?
I can't work it out either. Oh God, wow, just... I think... Don't drop it and you've got a podium here. An easy one.
I can only think that it must be the brakes and suspension for the rear.
Yeah, but Al, this has now put Marini in 8th, Zarco's been passed, he's down to 9th, Pinter's in 10th. It also puts Somcat Chantra into the points in 15th. Salvadori nearly on points as well.
Someone else crashes out.
For Zarco. Debutanting for Hey Martin, yeah. Who looks like he too's out of the season. Last year's world champion and this year's world champion out. Les Martin.
Did Bagnaia put a curse on them or something?
Well, Bagnaia's even out as well. He's the champion for the year before.
Who was before that?
Bagnaia again.
Before that?
Quartararo. Who's in 5th. And then it was Mia.
Okay, do you know what? It actually might be Mia doing this. Quartararo, protect yourself.
Weird couple of years of the champions getting injured and being out of the races. There goes Pasecki on the inside of Zarco, and are we going to see a follow through here from the other track house? Yes, we are.
Bagnaia enters the pits, and no one's going to want to be champion next year.
Agua's making some moves, but Pasecki slipped back through. There's Bagnaia, she sent back and out of the race. Oh, hello, screen's up. They know how angry he could get here.
You got to have a bike angle in, so I reckon somewhere there's a helmet breaking. Oh, wait, no. We get to see him.
Pecco is now going to lose out 3rd in the championship to Pasecki again. Yeah, because Pasecki's 10th. The gap was level on points. Let's see how it stands.
Pasecki could be the next one out.
It would be Bagnaia. Well, it still says Bagnaia 3 connecting. Here we go. Pasecki 291, Bagnaia 286 as things stand in the championship for the battle for 3rd.
For all we know, Pasecki could be the next one to crash out. Then it is. Then again, it is only 2 laps to go.
Last lap now. Where is Pasecki? 10th at the moment. Oh, and he's just gone wide to Agua.
Did I accidentally curse him?
Yeah. We watch, but he's got the undercut. He should be able to get the traction back on the track house down towards turn 1.
Good place for Agua, though.
Yeah, into 10th position for the track house. It works out strongly for them. Down the brakes, the old Dr. Dangle. I don't think there either. Alex Marquez, looks like he's going to win in Malaysia.
Do you know what? Good for Alex. Oh, it means I was right.
Think with a point. There he is. Alex Marquez doing the unthinkable.
Glad I didn't choose Bagnaia now.
We know that the championship is 5-4-5 points. That's the end of the season.
Yeah. Just show us who's 3rd and 4th, because we know that Alex is safe.
Pasecki 254 back. Bagnaia 259 back.
I would love to know who's 5th and 6th.
Acosta 5th, Morbidelli 6th, Digi 7th, Aldigo 8th, Quartararo 9th, Martinez right on the top 10.
Do you know what? For being so early in his career, Acosta's actually doing extremely well in the championship.
But Pasecki will go to 3rd place in that result. Don't forget, we've also got the Moto3 race coming, sorry, the Moto2 race coming up after this in around about 45 minutes time. We'll be live back on JBMotorsports 2 for all the action due to the 2-hour red flag in Moto3. We'll bring you all the latest news on Moreda and Noah Deltweller when we have it confirmed. But it looks like it's going to be, unless Morbidelli can get ahead of me here for 3rd place. Honda might be on for another podium. But there's no denying he's won the Malaysia Grand Prix. He won the sprint a couple of years ago. It was his first ever win in motorcycle racing. Now he's going to get him back again for a Grand Prix. In the final flyway of the year, salute Alex Marquez, winner of the Malaysia Grand Prix. Pedro Acosta in 2nd, and Juan Mir finishes in amazing 3rd place. Morbidelli 4th, 5th Quartararo, 6th Digi, 7th Bashiri, and it's a double points top 10 finish for Honda. Marini 8th, you didn't say that about Honda, did you? Binder 9th, Agua 10th, Pasecki 11th, Zarco, Rins, Miller, Chantra the final point. Salvadori ahead of Pirro, Augusto Fernandez, Oliveira. Out of the race was Bagnaia, Aldeguer, Raul Fernandez and Paul Espargaro.
Many of the Ducatis suffered in that one.
What a run.
I'm very happy with that one and how it ended.
Acosta's still the bridesmaid.
Yeah, but you know what? one day, maybe it'll take 27 times.
Honda and LCR happy. Alex Marquez very happy with a victory for the Gresini squad there for their 5th of the season. Whew. Not bad. Right, final thoughts on your legs before we let you go.
Brilliant for me.
Yeah, I agree. Brilliant race.
That's mainly what I'm happy and concerned about.
What's this we're looking at? This is... Oh, this is when Bagnaia went wide and he knew there was an issue coming out of turn 2. So he knew the bike was already dying on him.
To be honest, I'm sure it's the brakes because he did not slow down once.
Yeah. Okay, cheers, Max. We'll let you go. See you in... Actually, we won't see you next week because it is just NASCAR. So you and Nina will be having a week off and just recovering from Halloween, I believe.
Yeah, I always end up ill at the end of the night of Halloween.
So
I eat too many sweets.
We'll see you in 2 weeks' time when we're in Brazil and Portimao. See. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, let's head down there and enjoy that going to TNT for all the action.
The way the tyre sits on the rim, that's all you need. You can imagine the forces going through these tyres if you catch one at the wrong part of the track. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this man will sleep well tonight, like you said. He didn't really celebrate finishing second in the world and second in the race yesterday.
He can today, and as I say, when he gets back to Spain, whether he goes to Cervera, his and Mark's hometown, they live in Madrid, there'll be a party, and they know how to party, those boys. Maybe the last 2 races will be. I mean, arm in a sling, won't they? For Mark, who won't feature for the rest of the year if you're unaware of that. That was announced this weekend.
Big announcement.
Yeah, that's important, isn't it? Just as regards what bike Alex will be riding next year.
Yes.
He'll be a big part of development of the GP26.
Yes, Alex.
Yeah.
Yes, he will be. Yeah, because obviously that's exactly what will happen with obviously Mark not doing the test at Valencia, which is your first real go on the 2026 Ducati. The role of development rider will fall on younger brother's shoulders, Alex, obviously alongside Pecco Bagnaia.
Mir looks done. You can see the leathers open.
You always know
already.
when the leathers are already open that it's been, you put some effort in.
Hey, when there was frustration yesterday when he crashed out because he looked threatening then, didn't he? In the sprint race. Honda are getting there. 2 podiums in the last 4. Remember, he hadn't had one in all his time at Honda until Japan.
Yeah, it's so important because we know at the start of next year, Honda are going to sign a #1 rider. They're going to throw the checkbook at somebody, whoever that is. So essentially then, there's only 1 seat left in that factory team. So these are the races, the rides, that are going to potentially secure... I know it sounds like I'm exaggerating, but I'm not.
No,
these are the rides that will secure a ride for 2027.
Yeah, and because that's what we're dealing with. Pedro Costa's hunting.
The shark.
You feel like that he's making that KTM. Look where the others are. I know Bastianini 7th, but he's 13 seconds behind today. Binder is another 15 seconds behind Pedro. You feel like it's Pedro making the difference there. You feel like Fabio Quartararo is making the difference at Yamaha.
Yeah. Well, look where the next Yamaha is. It's Rins in 23 seconds behind.
And you've got to think, your likes of Honda, they're going to be looking, aren't they?
They're going to be looking.
And you also know, say this, whisper it quietly, but we talked about it already. Pecco Bagnaia, you know, is he going to want to stay at Ducati? I don't know. We're already early. Depends what happens next year, of course, but might be a situation, there might be a ride alongside Marc Marquez in the factory Ducati team.
You said
for grabs.
You said it whispering, but are Ducati going to want to keep Bagnaia in the factory team is the question as well.
I mean, we would say we're quite loyal, we'd like to think, but we know that Ducati are ruthless and brutal. But Pecco also, does he want to be teammates with Marc Marquez? That's all for next time. Yeah. That's all for future. Let's celebrate this moment with Alex. You talked about fitness, you know, something I have noticed this year. Mark came to this season looking gaunt.
He lost 4 kilos.
Looking like he was just a machine.
Yeah.
I think Alex has benefited from watching his brother.
Absolutely. No, you're exactly right. I mean, when you look at the Marquez brothers anyway, I mean, it's the same for all the MotoGP riders, but everyone's at this level, right, where they're supreme fit athletes, and then Mark turns up and he's lost 4 kilos, and he just looks even fitter than he did before. It's incredible.
I think we might be able to hear from Joan Mir down there. Second podium in 4 for the Honda man.
Well, Joan, you let all of the frustration of yesterday fuel you on. 2 podiums during our Asian leg. It's true to say that both yourself and Honda are back in the big time.
Yeah, this is when you push and you give the 100% always, and you never give up, you know. Many times you make some interviews, and someday I didn't know what to say, no? And that moment make this one super special. So I'm so happy. Thank you to the team, because I never give up, but they never give up too. So thank you for them, and yeah, we are a lot closer to the main goal, that is to point a little bit more up. But like this now is fantastic.
Great ride. Well done.
Thank you so much.
There about a bit of determination, isn't it? And how the teamwork, that's bringing them to the fore. Because look, Marini's also shown pace this weekend.
How honest though as well he's saying about what's going on there with that moving around like that.
No, it's just the replay machine.
All right.
There's obviously a problem with the EDS or whatever.
But how, you know, how honest of him to say, like, you know, sometimes I do these interviews. I talk to the media that, as they have to do every day. I don't know what to say. I mean, he's had such a miserable time, hasn't he, Mia?
But he's always fronted up a bit like Bagnaia. Do you remember? You laugh at me because I come back and say, "What's on Mia side says this and that," and you're like, "Well, you know, what do I say?" His results aren't there, but they have been recently. It's good to see. That is. Oh, let's hear from Pedro.
Tyre woes after recent weeks. How on earth did you get that soft to the end of the race? You would not let Pecco go and eventually got the better of him.
Well, I just wait my moment, you know, at the end. Alex was super fast from the beginning. He was super aggressive. And today I was super pissed off at Wama because we touched something in the bike and was no power out this last 2 corners, and I was losing a lot. And I say, guys, if I fuck up, minimum that have to be myself, you know, for this. Remove all the controls and we go racing, you know, for this. It was super cool. Just thanks all my crew because they make super great job. Everyone that is watching from home. Miguel Aneva from Fortuna Motorsport, Adri, my coach, Mar Ruira, my new physical trainer, and all that is supporting me from home, even my dad, that he was calling me, but we don't have signal. And also I want to send a last message, thanks for Danny and Paul to be here, Minimum Paul and Danny in TV, trying to give us this small of experience that they have more than us. And also I want to send a message and a big hug for Ado Silva, his wife Telo, and also Randy that is over there, because we know how hard can be sometimes the sport, even if we love it for this. Buddy, send you kisses and all the song of the world.
Top job, well done.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, and apologies for Pedro's language there. I know it's early morning in the UK. We are obviously controlling what the riders say. And yeah, a little bit of fruity language there from Pedro, so our apologies for that. But that was the most upbeat I've seen Pedro after a result for a while. There's a lot of words came out from more than you usually get from Pedro.
Yeah, that's so true. I mean, he's old school, isn't he? Like,
oh, yeah.
Basically, obviously, even with the way obviously he comes across in his interview, but he's old school. Like, just take away some of the electronics. I'll take the risk. I just know what I need, and that's what they've done. They've given him a different bike there.
It matched the Ducati, didn't it?
It did. It did. He had to be patient. There was a good, 7 or 8 laps behind Pecco.
And I bet his front tyre temperature was...
I was thinking that all the time whilst he was sat there. I'm thinking he's doing well to be that close to him.
Good, busy event here in MotoGP. Over 190,000 for the weekend. And they've witnessed Alex Marquez today take victory.
Alex, second in the World Championship and now the Malaysian Grand Prix winner. Have you had many better weekends than this?
Well, yeah, better, yes. About feelings. Was not an easy weekend for us. I mean, we're starting suffering a lot, suffering 2 crashes on Friday, and later on, you know, the feeling was not really perfect, but today the strategy was clever. It was that strategy was the winner one, so it was really clever on that point to make the move and to be
aggressive on that moment of the race because I saw it that was, and I know that was the key. I lose one race here 2 years ago to not overtake Enea in the beginning and just waiting too much, so I decided to go for it, and yeah, really happy. It's a really important win for us to celebrate the second, but I mean, my prayers, my thoughts with the Moto3 guys, I'm still there in the stomach, I have some strange feeling, so just cross the fingers for them.
Well said.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations to Alex Marquez there, and we echo his feelings, of course, to Jose Antonio Rueda and Noah. Sorry. Yeah. We're still waiting for a statement. There's news coming out about Jose Antonio that he seems to be having a lot of tests, but it looks like a positive outcome. But we're still waiting for a statement before we say anything. And in terms of Noah Detweiler, we haven't heard anything yet. As soon as we hear anything, we will let you know. Let's go to lap 2 and have a look at Alex going into the lead there, which he grabbed early.
Yeah, he went for it right from the outset. As he said there, he had a clear plan, knew he needed to get in front of Pecco early doors, and obviously that will be a front tyre pressure strategy. If he sat behind Pecco too long, as has happened to him in the past, his temperature and pressure goes up and then he loses grip. So immediately attacked Pecco, and I thought this was just to ruffle Pecco a little bit, but once he got to the front, he just set a pace. He opened up a bit of a gap. It sat at about 0.8, then it went up over a second for a few laps. Pecco tried to respond, but Alex was just too fast, too consistent, and yeah, controlled it all the way to the end.
Yeah, it was a fantastic victory for him. He looked very different to yesterday.
He did. Yeah, it's weird to see him ride nervous, but obviously second in the championship had it was a big thing for him to box off. He got it done, and then today he rode free again. He just had a plan, got to the front. He's always been good around here. I've always enjoyed watching him here in pre-season test. He likes to be loose. He's such a hard breaker as well. He's subtle in his riding, how he uses his body, controls the tyre consumption from the rear, and he just looked effortless for that period, which is unusual to say when you're gapping the best riders in the world. But Alex Marquez today was on top form.
Yeah, he really was. We had a real flashbang, didn't we, between Pecco Bagnaia and Pedro Acosta, the two of them giving it full beans throughout.
Yeah, obviously Pedro Acosta, he knew what he could do today. I was a bit doubtful whether the tyre would stay with him. What we heard on the grid, what he'd said after yesterday, I thought maybe he's using a bit too much tyre to make these overtakes, squirting it through the middle of turn 3, setting up this pass at turn 4, a late overtake on Pecco. I like Pecco's response here, immediately down the hill into 5. This is so off camber. It's a really difficult one on the front end, but he immediately fought back. Although Pedro not prepared to sit in behind, he didn't want to follow Pecco for any longer. Down the inside at turn 9, and watch the cutback here from Pecco, leans it right across the door and slams it shut. So a good tete-a-tete back and forth. And then Pedro finally uses the exceptional turn in here of the KTM. He just gets it turned a little bit tighter through 11, sets it up in 12, and just parks it here. And this is it. He finally gets it done, is able to put down a few clean laps, and he actually pulled a comfortable margin on Pecco, which I didn't expect. I thought Pecco will stay right on his rear tyre, but Pecco must be having his own issues.
Well, yeah, it looked like he had a problem with that rear tyre. So let's have a look at that, shall we? Because he looked like he got the podium nailed, didn't he?
Yeah, strange one. Obviously, Pecco, I thought he's got a comfortable third position here, but it seems like perhaps a puncher is what we were hearing reported. On these pictures, it didn't look like the tyre was deflated, but it only has to lose maybe half its pressure to really feel quite strange. He runs off the track here, looks down, trying to see what the problem is, but yeah, perhaps hit something, hit a curb, damaged the rim, and it's begun to deflate. Obviously, there's still plenty of rubber, so it's not a hole in the tyre per se. Usually it's a leak with a valve or
you can have a look here, Michael, and apparently you can see really well that there is a problem, a puncture, really.
Yeah, look at the rear tyre is quite soft there indeed, much too soft. But yeah, whether there's difficult to see if it is a damaged rear rim there. But that would be my best guess, where you've touched the edge of a curb at lean angle, damaged the rim, and then ended up with a deflated rear tyre.
I wonder if we can hear something in here. No, maybe not. We're not going to be able to listen to that. Well, that's a shame. That put paid to Pecco's weekend when it was all going so well.
Yeah, shame for Pecco, obviously. Taking the win yesterday. Strange, isn't it, that we see Pecco win a sprint and then not perform as strongly as he does. This has been the the form book of late, you cannot predict what Pecco's going to do on a race weekend. So usually he's been stronger in 2025 on a Sunday than a Saturday, but flipped the script today.
How impressed were you with Joan Mir?
Really strong. Those early laps from Mir were exceptional. So late on the brakes, so aggressive, and you can see he was finished at the end of the race. That was him going 10/10ths from the outset. The Honda looks good. The fight back into turn one down the outside, you do not break down the outside and steal the spot away on Frankie Morbidelli, but he was, yeah, just making overtakes, really aggressive. Honda's superior turning in some parts of the racetrack, and I love that he just gives it everything.
How difficult is that to do when you know how many times he's crashed on that Honda and how many times that bike has just spat him off?
The mental strength that Joan Mir has displayed for us this season, the fact that he threw it away yesterday, no fault of his own, he said, but just pushing the front tire to the absolute limit in turn 9 and it let go. Today he pushed in that fashion, every corner for every single lap to bring it home on the podium. And Honda have got to be so happy to have a rider who's prepared to do that, who pushes. That was the old Marc Marquez way, just keep pushing through those crashes, through those problems, and eventually you'll get success. And Joan Mir seems to be cut from a similar ilk, even though he rides in a very different fashion from Marc Marquez. But yeah, he's a world champion for a reason, and I think Honda and Joan Mir and Luca Marini will go from two heights from here. It looks such an improved package of late.
Yeah, he was very strong in that interview, and it was great. It is great to see him back on the podium. I can't wait for this, Gav.
Yeah, and, you know, for Joan Mir, he just said he's been in the ante-room there with Pedro Costa and Alex Marquez, and Alex was congratulating on the podium, and Joan Mir said, we've got to celebrate them like their victories. That's what we have to do at the moment. That's where we're at. The cool West going on for one of the engineers down there. So Romano Beziano masterminding a return to form perhaps for Honda. KTM under the podium, ready for Pedro Costa with Paul Trevethan on the left of your picture. Oh, Carlo Mellini, commercial director and all-round good egg. He's been the man, even, well, how 20 years he's been with the team, maybe? A long time, anyway. He's been the man who's brought all those millions of stickers and sponsors you see on the side of the bike. He's been the one facilitating a lot of that. Joan Mir steps up for his second podium of the year. For Pedro Costa, it's his fourth podium position of the season. Third, second place. That win is surely around the corner. And for Alex Marquez, stepping up onto the Malaysian Grand Prix podium. His third win in MotoGP, his third win of the season, and stamping his seal on second in the championship. So the sponsors of this weekend's Grand Prix, hand over the trophy to the Gresini team, top independent squad for 2025. Carlo Mellini holds it aloft. Huge for them because the sponsors obviously have special livery here. We're in the region. We have a lot of ties to this part of the world, so really good for them. There's Joan Mir taking the trophy from Giovanni Coppioli. Satisfaction for him and for Honda. Back on the podium, 2 in 4. It's coming. Honda Behemoth on its return towards the sharp end of MotoGP. The chairman of the circuit hands over the trophy to Pedro Costa. As I say, third, second place of the year. And it feels like he's making that KTM go where it shouldn't be at the moment. He is making the difference. But the difference maker on the Ducati, on that year-old bike. Won here a year ago for Pecco Bagnaia, and this year it's Alex Marquez who takes victory in the Malaysian Grand Prix. There'll be celebrations here, there'll be celebrations back in Spain for the Marquez family as they seal 1-2 in the championship. Our all-Spanish podium here in Sepang. Let's hear the Royal March.
Alex Marquez wins a dominating Malaysia Grand Prix. Next up, we will go for Moto 2. There will be no champagne on the podium as we are still awaiting the results and any further news on Jose Antonio Rueda and Noah Dutwiller. Hopefully they are okay. But we shall return shortly on JB Motorsports 2 for the Moto 2 Grand Prix in Malaysia. But we will be back with all of the action shortly as we will go for Moto 2.